everyone. It is another cloudy kind of day here in Philly, but we're gonna have a good day. I got work today, but we're gonna have some fun before I have to go to work.
Whoa, what the hell is that thing? What is happening? What?
Now I'm trying to do a thumbnail and title so that I can upload the video that I edited this morning, because you know I'm focusing now all on thumbnails and titles because I'm noticing that it's a very important thing that I just kind of left out for 7 years of YouTube creation. So, but you know what?
It's never too late to learn.
So now here we are. You know, we are thriving on thumbnails and titles now. It is. Okay, so y'all already know that I gotta be doing my PR posting for my video. It is 8:30 exactly on the dot, which means my video came out. So we're gonna be going ahead and promoting this right quick in the morning. Always, okay, always. And then I'm gonna go work out. Done with the gym. I gotta get some like neutral color, more neutral color shirts, because like wearing white every day just seems a bit much. Anyways, I don't have many plain shirts, but anyways, done with the gym. Now I'm going to film some videos and work on my project. I'm gonna finish and complete something small today that's big for it, so hopefully everything turns out great. Talk about cameras in this episode. As you guys can see, I own a lot of cameras, including the one that I'm filming on right now. I kind of wanted to talk about and go over some of the cameras that I do have and why specifically I still have them. So first, I want to start off with the photography stuff. This right here is my Polaroid camera. It's the big Instax Fujifilm big sheet one, and you know, it produces really good Polaroids. The only issue that I have is that the Polaroids are expensive, and I cannot afford them. So after I finish this roll that's in here, I'm probably going to sell it on my Poshmark. I'll link it below, but if you want to buy this, it works great. It's amazing. It just does not have film. So you're gonna have to buy the film. Also, it takes, oh God, turn it off. It takes a lot of batteries to power this thing. It's got like 4 AA batteries in there, and you know, it's a heifer. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, but I have this, and I love the Polaroids that it creates. It's just expensive. So that's that one. Along in the film world, I do also have a film camera. This is the Canon AE1. Everybody and their mama is a film camera is this basically. Either this or like some Nikon of some sort. Finding these little small batteries to make them work is quite outrageous because not a lot of people carry these kinds of batteries except for camera shops and online and stuff, and camera shops are kind of hard to come by, but it's got a nice sound. I'm obsessed with the sound, and I think everyone, including myself, is obsessed with film cameras. I mean, they're just old, they're vintage, they're great. I actually used this camera in college when I had a darkroom class. So I learned all about the ins and outs of a film camera, and I just love the sound. But you still have to have a battery in this thing, you know, and these batteries are not rechargeable, and it's annoying because you have to keep buying the batteries for it to work. So I don't know, I just kind of keep it for show at this point. I have like one roll of film left, but it's like unlabeled, so I don't really know what ISO it is. But anyways, I digress. I'm gonna keep it basically just for show because it looks cool, right? Unless I get, you know, some magical money and I will buy film. But until that day, it's gonna sit on my shelf and look pretty, okay? Okay, let's hop over to the camcorders over here. So these are my camcorders. I have two of them. One of them I got from a school, and the other one I got from my dad. So my dad bought this one. This is what he used to film like our Christmases on, and Easters and birthdays. This was the dad cam of our household. We used to have a whole dinosaur, and it was like a VHS thing, which I want to get my hands on it because you can get a converter and you can convert it to an SD card, which would be crazy video. I digress. This camcorder videotapes basically my childhood. That's like above 5 years old. So there's that one. It's 16 gigabytes. It's 8.9 megapixels, so it's okay. It's kind of like in that in between of like vintage and modern, you know. This, however, this dinosaur is an old one. However, this is still more expensive than this one. It's bigger and it has a projector on it. So literally if I projected it on a blank wall, you could see the video clips and have them play out too, which is so cool. And I love that part. And sometimes I use it in my films because it is very useful to use that. But anyways, yeah, this is a really cool camcorder. It's 3.3 megapixels, so a lot less megapixels. This is definitely more of a vintage vibe. In a camcorder. So if I were to film using a film that was like vintage, I'd probably pick up this camcorder. Let's talk about the drone. Let's get the drone out the way because it's not really a camera. It's more of like
a flying camera.
But this is my drone. It's a DJI Mavic Mini. I use it whenever I need aerial shots, extreme wide shots, things like that. It's got very limited use, but I still have one because I mean, they're cool, the shots are cool, and it's extremely hard to fly around Philly. Moving on to the point and shoots. Actually, we're gonna hit the action camera. It's kind of like a point and shoot, it's small. Basically, this is a GoPro Hero 7. Black, obviously. Yeah. It's cracked. It's cracked, and it's got some rough edges from going in and out of the case so many times. And the bottom of the door is dent, but however, it is still waterproof. The batteries die instantly at this point, and I'm working on getting a new action camera, but my priority is getting a full frame camera first before I fiddle with the action camera stuff. So this is gonna be my action camera basically. This is more the POV shots, like when I'm on my scooter, on a skateboard, or like doing something and it's like on my chest and I have free hands and it's wide angle. That's my GoPro. So yeah, this is the GoPro that I use. I wanna upgrade it, but don't have the money right now to do that. Okay, point and shoots. This is my really small, thin point and shoot that I just pocket because it's just so easy. This is the Canon PowerShot ELPH 150 IS. I forget what this goes for these days. I think it's like 200 bucks. It's really not bad. It's pretty cheap. And the quality is pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how many megapixels this is. I think it might be 16. But anyways, I still use it in these vlogs, these everyday vlogs. I use it because it's a lot thinner than this camera, which is the G7X. Obviously, this camera is perfect. I mean, honestly, it's the Mark II. And this is the best camera that I think I've owned. And let's see, when did I get it? I got it in 2020, so it's lasted me 4 years and it still works great. Obviously, you could probably see it's a little like banged up on the bottom, you know, the scuff in that, you know, paint. But other than that, it's been a workhorse. And the thing is, what you can do with this is kind of the same video quality as what you can do with one of these. The only thing that you can do differently is you can get in more events with this. You can get into concerts, you can get into shows, you can get into watch shows, Broadway shows, you can get into any event. I've been into haunted house with this, they let me in with this. You can get in every event with this camera because they think, oh, it's just for photos. But in reality, it takes hella good video and photos at the same time. So I think the Canon G7X Mark II is something that everyone should have as an essential, honestly. And I think it's better than the other Sonys as well that are point and shoot. But yeah, this is, I live and breathe. I will always have this in my collection no matter what. This is my camera that I love and I probably should get more of them. But they went up in prices over the years. That's how you know that this is a good camera. If they go up in prices, you know that you should invest in one. Okay, lastly, I'm gonna talk about my DSLRs. I'm gonna talk about this one first and then I'll talk about my vlogging camera. So this is my Canon M50 Mark II. I've made more money with this than I've paid for this and the lens. Well, actually, the lens was a gift. But still, I've made back my money with this camera and that is so satisfying to me. But anyways, I filmed all of my camp videos. I filmed, you know, oh God, freelance stuff, wedding things. I've filmed website videos. I've filmed, you know, intros, outros, all kinds of stuff on this camera, and this camera is really, really good for that. It's like 24 megapixels, something like that. It's an incredible camera. The only thing that I've had this for 4 years. The only thing that I really quite don't like is that the grip comes off of like these button parts. It's starting to peel off and I don't like that. That actually did that to me this summer. And like, I don't like that because it's like falling apart on me. Like, come on Canon, you're supposed to be lasting for my life. But yeah, so the Canon M50 is really nice. I think it's really good for social media videos because as soon as you turn it this way, it automatically flips the video into 1080 by 1920 instead of 19 by 20 or 1920 by 1080. So it can automatically flip it for you and flip it back. I think there's a lock on it too, so you can, like, you know, if you find yourself, like I do, vlogging with this camera, sometimes it'll flip it and film it in this way versus like this way, and then you kind of have to change it in post. But it's a small thing that's a little bit annoying, but I think you can change it in the settings of this camera. I just haven't figured it out yet. So those are my cameras here. Let's talk about my vlogging camera. Okay, so this is my vlogging camera. I think I've mentioned it in a previous episode before this, but this is my Canon SL2. It is not, like, again, I could be using my M50, which is better. However, if that camera breaks, I don't have a better one, so I like to save that for like bigger projects, projects where it's more important for me to get the footage, get the photos, and that is quality and, you know, updated and new. My SL2 is kind of for just banging around. This is the daily vlog stuff. You know, when you're daily vlogging, you're kind of a little careless with your videos because you just want to get the shot. Like when I sling it over my shoulder, you know, when I'm going, you know, on my scooter or whatever, it's just out. It's out in the open, it's banging against my hip, you know, all kinds of stuff. So, you know, having this camera is kind of like a fun camera, right? Like I don't really care if it gets banged up or whatever because it's not my like precious, best camera, and I know I should be using my best camera. However, the quality is still kind of the same. There's not much difference between this and my M50, so for the vlogs I just do it with the SL2. And you know what, for me it's kind of embarrassing that I still have my Canon SL2. I got it in 2017 and it's still working great for me, but I used to baby this camera. It's been an iteration, obviously. My camera people will know. People will ask me like, yo, what do you shoot on? And I'm like, it's the Canon SL2. I have an M50. I want the, you know, Sony camera, the new Sony camera, and I'm gonna get it in Thanksgiving, which is true. I'm literally saving up for it so I can get it in Thanksgiving, Black Friday. It's coming, don't worry, it's coming. But anyways, I digress. Yes, like I'm kind of a little bit embarrassed of this camera, but it's the quality thing, you know. It's just like it does the job. So that's why I have this as my main shooting camera for my vlogs. I do again want it to change this Thanksgiving, but I'm trying to save up money to kind of get everything organized. Along with that, I want to say that I do have a Patreon page. I post all my, you know, some of my journal entries. I post photos, I post videos, I post long form videos, I post workout videos, I post shorts videos. So if you want to get that extra content, that sneak peek into my background, the behind the scenes of my life, that's not just the vlogs, you can go follow my Patreon page. It's linked down in the description below. I would really appreciate it if you just go look at it. You know, and thank you for all of my patrons from the bottom of my heart that are our patrons. I really appreciate it, and you don't know how much it helps me. Okay, back to the video. Make sure y'all get your vegetables in one way or another. For lunch, sandwich, but instead of the peanut butter jelly, it's gonna be peanut butter and this. This is like Nutella type stuff, but it's like vegan. Let's try it. This stuff tastes like Samoa's, like coconut chocolate. That's what it tastes like. I forgot to take my my little supplements today. It's literally just a multivitamin. It kind of tastes like cough syrup, I'm not gonna lie. Then we got some elderberry. Prevention of sickness, good immunity. Also, we're gonna keep our protein high. Eat some tuna before we have this like dessert sandwich. People judge me so hard for having tuna, but I don't really care. Go ahead, judge me. I'll be over here just eating my tuna packet in your face. Oh. All right, let's try this like dessert looking sandwich. Whoa, that combination kind of hit. It's very tacky because both substances are very like thick. That's banging though. Okay, second day of work. Let's get it. Done with my shift. I love when I come home after work and my girlfriend and dinner is on the table. I love it. Thank you so much.
I love you.
I love you. Wait, what is it? Rice and...
It's a hummus bowl.
Hummus?
There's cucumbers.
Is there hummus in it?
Yes, there's cucumbers, lettuce, hummus, tofu.